Hello, welcome back to another Mech Lab episode. And yeah, thank you for joining me today. In these episodes, if you don't know, I'll just go through the Mech Lab, upgrade current mechs, new mechs, and go through the barracks, upgrade the Mechwarriors, and then upgrading the ARGO. If that isn't your cup of tea, this video may not be for you. In the description below is my actual playthrough where I have timestamps for all of my battles, so you can go directly to battle, get right to the action, and have fun watching some Battletech action. But with that being said, let's go ahead into the Mech Lab and start. So we have two new additions to our lance. We have the Warhammer 7M and the Phoenix 4L. And as you can see, I have certain mechs to the side on the bottom right here. These mechs we are going to pretty much put out of service. Now we just acquired the Dervish not so long ago. I think this is is this our latest mech that we acquired before the other two? I want to say yes. And not that I would say the Dervish is a bad mech. It's one of my favorite mechs of all time. You know, it's in my top 10 for sure. I just don't feel like it's performing as well as I would like. It could be the Mechwarrior itself that's piloting it, but I just feel like it's just not quite doing what I expected it to do. You know, in short. So what we're going to do is the pilot that was in the Dervish is now going to go into the Warhammer, and the Nighthawk pilot is now going to go into the Phoenix Hawk. And I'll explain why for the Phoenix Hawk in a little bit. But we're going to start off with the 7M. 7M is pretty interesting. It's got two ERPPCs, SRM6, and an AMS, and some medium lasers. Well, I'm not so much fond of the AMS, but we're going to strip the equipment just to help speed things along here. We're going to put the core back, we're going to put the E-cooling back, we're going to put the double heatsink kit back, and I think, yeah, we're going to put the lower arms back in there as well, and that's going to do us, just for the moment. So we're going to start with armor, and we're going to work with that, and I'm feeling like maybe ferrofibers would be decent here. Yeah, I think just a normal ferro would be decent here. And I think that's okay. I don't know what this alarm is. Missing weapons, okay. And we're going to stick back on the ERPPCs. Now, I like the ERPPCs because, one, great range, great a great weapon to destabilize mechs. So we have a stability damage of 40 right now, right? So 20 apiece here, which is really, really good. Now, again, we're talking about heat issues, right? So right now, we're generating 4 heat. This is without adding any more double heat sinks or anything like that, which is not too bad. It's not bad at all. And going forward, I think what I'm going to do is kind of sort of make this into the Dervish or what it was, but just a little bit better. Just have a little bit more reach. And with that, I'm going to put an engine light into this mech. It's going to give us more tonnage. And I'm also going to put an LRM-15 in here. Now our instability gets a little bit more interesting. Now we're up to 55. And at this point, you know, I might want to decide, okay, do I want to add different types of ammo, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the standard LRM ammo, just one little bin of it, nothing too crazy, and then also put a bin of dumbfire. I think that's what that's called. For more instability, +1 stab damage. In addition to that, so that should be 2 times 15. So now our instability is going to be to 70. That's very, very strong. So we're here to destabilize mechs, remove evasion, that sort of thing. So we're gonna kind of build into that a little bit. Yeah, let's see if we can put on some medium lasers and then fill up with heat sinks. I think that might be okay. So let's take a look here. Let's do... I only have one ER medium here. So we're just going to put standard just for now. That's fine. And I think I might just be done. However, I do remember I had a PPC FCS. Now, if I get a second one, I will put the second one on there to make this mech a little bit more effective. So right now, its total damage output is 235. Now, that is with the dumbfires, right? That is with the dumbfires on. Our heat efficiency is absolute garbage right now, so we're going to fix that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to internals, go to, bear with me, we're going to do some heat sinks, heat sinks, heat sinks, and do I want to go one more heat sink maybe? Got 3, yeah, maybe one more heat sink would be okay. Maybe one more heat sink. We'll put this one down here. So now, what do I want to do? So I can do some interesting things. I could maybe put a Guardian ECM on here. Guardian ECM might be pretty strong. For this build. Let me see what kind of equipment I do have. So I do have 2 of them. I have a Beagle probe that gives us sight and sensor range. That could be helpful. So, and then improves the gut skill by +1. Do we have anything that might increase with the gut skill? So that might be interesting if you want to like build some like synergy build with guts. I think there is a weapon that is affected by guts. I don't remember what it is. But let's put some Guardian ECM in here. Alright, so we have about 3.5 tons. I'm just going to armor up here. I just feel like that's the right thing to do, is just fully armor. Let's see here. Let's go all the way up to 150 on the sides. 150. And then let's go to 50. 50 in the backs should be okay. Oops. Let's do 2, 5. Let's try to get 100 leg armor here. Okay. Would like to get more back armor, so I'm going to take a little bit of armor off on the back, or on the arms to be put onto the back. And I think this is where I want to leave this mech for now. I feel really good with it. I feel like we can make some adjustments down the road with this mech. And this, you know, it's doing okay damage for a heavy mech. It's doing okay damage. The main objective of this mech is to destabilize any other mechs, and then also put the PPC debuff on that mech, so it'll penalize that enemy that we hit with a with an 2 accuracy debuff. So if this hits, both hit, that's 4 to hit. So that would really decrease the enemy's effectiveness in the long run. We're over 1100 in armor, which is pretty strong for a 70 tonner. It's okay, but that's not what this Warhammer is built to do. It's not built to take hits. It's built to be annoying, and if you can't address the Warhammer, it's going to really ruin your day. So Warhammers are kind of one of those like pesty kind of mechs that you want to make sure you remove them off the battlefield, especially with their quirk. And their quirk is this is not their quirk here, but this is just this gives them more stability threshold, which is really cool. But their quirk is they have a plus, they have a 2-hit bonus. So not a 2-hit bonus, but they have a defensive bonus to hit. So once the pilot is fully acquainted with the Warhammer, they will get that bonus. So if we have a good mech pilot in here, they'll be very much harder to hit. So not so much worried about the armor. They're more or less a backline mech, and it's kind of a specialized mech in that sense to, hey, this mech is to destabilize and help us get cold shots if we're able to knock down the mech, which is pretty much the bonus of this. Okay, that was long-winded, but I just figured to let you know what my mindset is on this. That's 15 heat, but remember, I'm not firing my medium lasers all the time. So just to keep that in mind, I'm not firing those weapons all the time. So if we take those weapons off, just for demonstration, we can see that now we are -5 heat. So we're kind of, that's how I balance them out. It's like, hey, I'm just not going to fire certain weapons, certain rounds, and I'm okay with that. So that's what 40 damage that's not being applied. So it puts us like close to one high 180s in damage. But yeah, I think this will be an okay mech. Again, this is a specialized role mech. That's what I built it for, is to destabilize. Hey, if you have any other suggestions, just leave a comment below. That's what this is all about. We want to, kind of theorize and talk about what are the best builds, or what you think the best build is, or maybe you think, hey, I should have added this. That's what this is all about. That's what this mech labs are all about. I just want to build mechs. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's just mess around with the mechs. It's so much fun. I love doing it. And, I just love spending time with you guys and just talking in the comments and being like, hey, that's a really good idea. Why didn't I think of that? And then, I implement it in maybe the next mech lab or in another mech build down the road. So that's kind of how I am. Alright, so the Phoenix Hawk 4L is going to replace the Nighthawk. The Nighthawk pilot has precision shot. Okay? So its role is head capping. That's what its role is going to be. That's where the Phoenix Hawk is going to take over and complement that role. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip everything. Okay, we're going to strip all the equipment. We'll put that back on there. We're going to put the heatsink back on there. We'll keep the Guardian Elysium on there for now. We'll put the lower arm in hand. And if you are wondering, yes, I have gone over these builds before recording, so I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. So I'm not wasting your time, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to build. But I'm thinking maybe we do some ferrofibrous. Alright. We do engine light. Engine light's definitely getting a lot of use this a lot of use in the this playthrough for sure. We're going to do a large X-Pulse. we're going to put a laser insulator on that. And if you don't know, a laser insulator, basically it drops down the weapon heat by 5. So we're kind of really heat neutral right now at this point, but we're gonna put the rest of the X pulses onto the mech. So currently we are at 4 heat delta, so that's not too bad. Let us get up to 50 back armor at least, especially if this mech is going to be a backstriker. I want to be able to do those things, not worry about getting attacked in the rear there. Yeah, let's just armor up all the way. Let's get the arms strong. That's where our weapons are. If we lose our weapons, it's kind of a moot point to have this guy around. Alright, so we have about a ton left. So we're making this guy really strong. Oh, head armor's not even there, so we want to make sure we can take at least something in the, to the head there. 75 in the legs might be okay. Let me see what we can do. And I might just put a double heatsink on. We're over by half a ton. It's -2 heat. Maybe just take one off the center and be okay with it. So 135 in the center. So it's not too bad. So for a 45 tonner, we're about 850 in durability. That was pretty much what the Nighthawk was running for a 35 ton, just around that. But we can actually put a little bit more weapons on here and have a little bit more accuracy because they're on the arms as well. Because I know there was one ER large that was on the center torso and then one on the arm. So we're kind of hitting okay, but not really at times. But yeah, I think this is okay. I think this is what we're going to run for now. We're very, very heat efficient, so we can continually shoot constantly. We're doing 153 damage. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but for a medium mech, that's not too bad. But the main objective, again, this is another specialized role mech that's going to be in the Lance, and the pilot is only going to go for headshots when able. So if there's a mech on the field, we're going to try our best to head cap it, and having X pulses is a really good way to ensure better chances of doing that. You know, if we hit like one of these, right, that's 21 damage to the cockpit, right? You know, without any damage resistance, obviously. And then if we do it again with any of the other 3 weapons, I mean, we're close to head capping it, right? So there's a the probability is much higher with those weapons. So that's what this is going to look like going forward. And I'm obtaining some ER meds as well. It almost makes me feel like I want to put on the Warhammer at some point. Now that I think about it, maybe I should have done the Phoenix first, but that's okay. You know, we can make some mistakes here and there. That's alright. We have some days in here. I'm curious as to why that's the case, why that's taken so long, but that's okay. We can work through that. No problem. Okay. Let's take a look at the Davian store. I know we looked at it a little bit, and we can kind of see some really solid mechs in here. I'm not really sure like which one I would want to get next if I had a choice. This Thunderbolt's pretty nice. It's at 12 million C-bills with a rack 5 and 3 ER meds and a streak 6, so that's not bad. That's very good damage for a Thunderbolt. Very curious about that guy. But other than that, you know, 90 is a little interesting as well. I think that's also Endo with a XL engine in it as a precision computer as well, so that's interesting. But I'm interested in the Mech Taser. Mech Taser seems like a very cheap weapon. We're gonna take that to maybe we might build that onto something. But this is what I'm really here for right now, is the Artemis. So we're gonna work on that. And then autocannon FCS. We're gonna take a couple of those as well.
New equipment available.
And there's all kinds of other stuff in here. Ultra Ferro. I mean, there's just so much. We don't have any. Oh, we have 2. Okay, I'm about to say we can get 2 more of these. We'll get 3 more. How about that?
New equipment available.
Do we have Rack 5 ammo? We have 0. Let's get a couple of those too, just in case
New equipment
we
available.
run out. Ammo taser, we need that. It's very cheap.
New
Get a few
equipment
bins of
available.
that. Okay, that's all I wanted to do here. Alright. Like I said, it's going to be a long one. So we have 5 tons. Let's see what this Mech Taser weighs. It weighs 4 tons. I'm super interested in this. The Light Cannon 5 is okay. It's okay. It's good in a pinch. But this Mech Taser just seems really, really good. So what this does, it fires a charged projectile that pulses a huge quantity of electricity into its target in hopes of forcing a shutdown effect. The Mech Taser is fragile and prone to exploding when jostled. However, the Mech Taser has a base chance to shut down its target by 50% by the target's gut skill. So if their gut skill is very low, we could potentially have a 50% chance of shutting down that mech. And then we have a Mech Taser also impairs the mech's movement and then also reducing the accuracy of said mech by 2. So imagine what we could do with this and the Warhammer, right? There's so many things. Like, we're just building synergy right now. Like, that's all I'm about with my mech builds. It's just about synergy. So let's see how many shots. It doesn't tell me how many shots it takes. Let me see how much is in the ammo bin. That way I have an idea. 5 ammo. I might run just this for now to see what we could do. I'm very interested in that. I noticed my heat just jumped up quite a bit by putting this Mech Taser on. Obviously, I probably wouldn't be firing these weapons when I'm trying to Mech Taser. Yeah, so if I'm not firing these weapons, we're at 6 heat, so it's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, if I'm not firing the Mech Taser, we're at 6 heat generated, which isn't bad. And we're doing still 183 damage, which is still good. Let's take a look at our equipment. and see what we would like to do. Yeah, I don't think this can attach to that. Not really sure. But we do have a ton to play with. Who has tag? I believe the cicada does. And the other Shadowhawk does. Okay. Alright, so we could do a laser insulator on the medium X pulse. Which I wish I just put it down on dismount. That would generate us 1 heat. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. And then we would have half a ton to play with. What's half a ton here? That's probably a ton and a half. We have all the FCS we would want. Yeah, maybe just another bin of... Is this like just a full ton, right? That's a full ton. Maybe we just put another half bin of ammo in for now. And call it a day. I think that's fine. So we lose a little bit of damage, but this gives us an opportunity to shut down mechs, which also increases the chance of, you know, we shut down the mech, we can start head capping it. So I think that's a really good play there. So I think that's really solid. I like that.
Logged and noted.
I feel good with that.
Shouldn't be too hard.
So we're gonna have a lot of mech work here. So we're going to rework the... We're going to rework the Griffin here, and we're going to do Artemis. This equipment is a weapon attachment. So... Oh, okay, well, I guess I gotta take that completely off. Alright, so now we've attached Artemis to the LRM-15. So we have 7 tons to play with. The Artemis was about a ton. So now we can go to the ammo and put in a bin. And then we have, I want to say 4 tons to play with, because maybe I want to do another Artemis. So let's say, is LRM-10 4 tons? It's 5 tons. So that would leave me... ML7's 4.5 ton. Yeah, I mean, we could put an LRM-10 on here. And just have a bin. Standard. Oh, does it attach to all of it? thought it attaches to one. Maybe it attaches to all of them. Attachments, Artemis. Oh, it attaches to all. Okay, well that works for me too. Missing ammo. This mech does not have an undamaged ammo bin for LRM-10. But I can't put in normal LRM ammo with the So I can't run multiples unless... That's interesting. That is very interesting. Alarm 15. Yeah, if I can get to 6 tons, do we need the laser insulator? It does help, I'm sure it does. So, what I'm trying to do here is get another Artemis for this. And then that way, so half a bin is what? 60. So we got 180 here. Okay. I don't think I have another Artemis, do I not? I don't. I probably should buy another one. So much stuff in here. Yeah, I'm gonna buy 2 more of those.
New equipment available.
How many autocannons do I have? I have 2. Alright. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So let's do this. Take the laser insulator off. Take this off. Put that on. We do ammo. Do a standard, and then we do a half bin. What am I missing? What didn't I do? Ah, the other Artemis. That's right. Alright, so this is on the 10, and then this one is on the 15. Is it? It's like an LRM-20 save me the slots here. So that's 12 tonnage. If there's an LRM-20, I thought I had an LRM-20. It might be in a different mech now. Sorry, this one I didn't go over. I was kind of hoping this would be a simple, straightforward one, but it was not. We have an LRM-10, and that's about it here. Nothing worth noting. And there's nothing with a 20. I thought I had a 20. Sitting around. There's no way I could have sold that. You know what I did? I put in the dervish. That's what I did. Let's send down the dervish. And let's send down the Nighthawk as well. Alright. Alright. This comes off, this... That back on. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, instead of the LRM-15, let's do the LRM-20 with Artemis. So our heat's still pretty good. And then we can do the ammo. Right? Would that make sense? Is there anything else I would like to do? I don't think so. So we do like 2 bins. It's pretty strong. We can even put the laser insulator back on. Okay. So that's minus 10 heat. So we now get that back. We have 2 tons to play with. I don't think there's anything else I want to do here other than that. So weird. You might hear my cat in the background. He's just hanging out. I might do Guardian ECM. I don't know if that's necessary. But I feel like, why not? And then do another... I mean, do I really need all that ammo? I don't know. I feel like I want to put more stuff on this thing. Put a shield on. The shield's gotta be like... Shield's half a ton. Where would I put the shield? Like here? Oh, is that expensive? Oh, that is expensive. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like a, it's not like a shield, it's just a form of case. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to overthink this. I mean, what else can I put on here? Like, there's really not much I can put on here. Yeah, yeah, let's not overthink this right now. Let's do a half bin of Artemis in the other leg, and I think that does it. So 175. So it feels like we lose some damage. Yeah, it would be nice, but I think we want to, like, what's our stability? Just the 20 instability damage from that? Alright, I think this is okay. We'll try the Artemis out. Maybe we rethink it, we go back to what we were doing. It was kind of wonky, but it worked. But, yeah, it was essentially an LRM-25. But without Artemis, though. Okay, I think this is alright.
Right.
I think that's okay.
I'll get it in the schedule.
Now, this... I think you know what I might be going for here. And that is to upgrade UAC 5. I'm going to take the 1 bit of ammo of SRM. I don't think I'm going to be firing that many, especially with, you know, the way things have been going. Yeah, just not to. I'm just going to put an autocannon FCS on the Ultra AC5. That way we have better hit chances with it. So I think that's all we're going to do with the Shadow 5M.
On it. I'll let you know when that's done.
Kit Fox is going to stay the same, and I'm thinking I'm going to keep the Cicada the same. So I think the mech portion is done here. Lots of mech work today, as you can tell. Yeah, 40 days out. Yeah, that's a lot of work. But the point is, we have a new lineup that's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. All right, let's head to the barracks. Take a look at some things. All right, so 5M pilot here. We could get this Stone Cold, which is nice. But I'm not really worried about that right now. I'm more worried about getting Cold Shot Mastery. So gives us more of a hit chance and helps us out.
Standing by.
Karchar, we'll see what we want to do. He is the other Shadowhawk pilot. And he is sure movement. What do we want to go into? I feel like I want to make him into a brawler. So I'm going to give him Missile Master. So we'll have 2 Missile Masters. So like he's just gonna brawl with SRM, so he'll do a little bit more damage with SRMs. I don't think this is gonna matter too much here, so we'll leave it alone. So I feel pretty good with that.
Training confirmed, Commander.
So he'll go that route. Dread, our Manteuffel pilot. Spotter. 2 allied units. Invisible target. Brute force. Street racer. Which is pretty good. And then haul down. I think we're gonna go this route here. So street racer is that the tank crew is able to move their machine to literally dodge incoming fire, reducing damage taken by 20% at all times. So that's very, very strong. Yeah. So it's incredibly strong there. So we'll take
Training
that
complete.
for her.
Hey.
Our Cicada pilot. We could get Lightfoot. It is interesting. However, we want to look at what we need now. And we're not quite there, but we get resolve gain,
Mechwarrior training
which helps us
complete.
get to this faster and to her abilities faster, so we will do that.
Aye, aye.
Knight is going to be in the Warhammer. So what we want to make sure we have is hit defense. We want to make sure we have that. And some resolve gain here. And I think we'll be okay with that for now.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Alright.
Standing by.
Alright, Mallard. This is our Kit Fox pilot. So we'll have Eagle Eye. Plus 20% boost to sensors, and a 2.5% to call shot bonus, which is pretty strong. Which can help us out down the road. So we'll get call shot mastery for now, and we'll leave this high. This is all we're gonna do.
Training complete.
That's a very inexpensive skill, so we'll do that.
I'm here.
Sandbag doesn't have anything at the moment.
Commander.
Shrapnel, the other Pegasus pilot, we're going to give Street Racer as well.
Mechwarrior training complete.
Alright.
Receiving
Theropod. This is our going to be our Phoenix Hawk pilot, who's going to be head capping people. So it's going to be very important that she is able to do that. So, sure.
Training
I
confirmed,
think that
Commander.
will work there.
I hear ya.
And then Ultra Tool. Kind of the same thing. Call Shot Mastery. I don't think there's anything else really want to get for him.
Training complete.
And I think that's going to do it for our Mechwarriors for now. I think that's fine. And then the Argo is going through its upgrades right now. We are upgrading what right now currently? Structural reinforcements. So after that is done, we're going to do this. So we are able to do this. Mech drop 4. So we'll have an extra mech on the field. Yeah, and then we'll start working up another pilot. Probably down the precision line, like Theropod is. That way we can have 2 people at least going for head caps at all times. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. My normal episodes, they air Mondays and Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to see the actual action, tune in those days. And if not, I'll see you on next Mech Lab. Take care. Bye-bye.